Well,
Well,
not Nick boring me to tears with his story about his childhood before trying to record at expedient pace.
literally, it was an anecdote that took maybe 2
An
seconds.
anecdote of something that we already knew. Your dad thought you were weird.
And still does.
Oh my god, but I'm sure he loves his queer son.
He does. Did I ever tell you? Oh, I went to get a credit card over the last summer.
God.
Was it
With your
over-
parents?
Well, my dad had to come with me.
Oh,
'cause,
God.
I mean, he didn't have to come with me, but he was like, you really need to get a credit card. And I was like, I don't think I need one. He was like, yeah, you should get one. And so then we went to like get me a credit card at Chase. Yes, I bank with Chase. Ooh.
Wow.
And
I bank with Bank of America because why? America.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And so then we were like talking, and then the banker was asking questions about, like where I live, what's my address, and I was like, oh, Brooklyn, New York, and he's like, oh, New York. And then my dad and him were like talking about it, and my dad actually, in a very beautiful, like very sweet moment, was like, oh, like, I can't remember like word for word exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, oh, he's really kind of grown into himself since moving to New York, and we're all so proud of him. And like just like the way that he like talked about me, I'd never seen my dad so sincere in reference to me before.
You're crying at church.
And I was like literally sitting there, I'm like, wait, my dad loves me. Oh my god. Some of you can't relate.
Yeah, because nobody else loves you. That's why we can't relate.
No, because I have a present father who cares about me. Thank you, some of you bitches.
Wow.
Absentee fathers.
Not Nick fully knowing that my show is about like a traumatic event with my father, and now he wants to show that in my face. Wow.
It's so funny because I get...
Oh, my trauma? Yeah.
No, unrelated, but like on my TikToks when I was more present on there, people would comment, they'd be like, oh, you must not have a relationship with your dad.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I have a great relationship with my dad. I'm like, actually, he loves... Like, I was just like, I would respond to people, I'm like, wait, no, my dad loves me. Like, we're great.
Oh my god, speaking of parents, I'm Pioneer Peru.
I'm Trailblazer Nick.
And
This is Pioneers and Trailblazers.
Post Pride edition, except we haven't been to Pride yet. You're seeing this the day after Pride. So you're watching this or listening to this on a Monday. Guess what? I'm definitely hungover.
Oh, I will be at work.
Oh,
I will be at work at 8 a.m. and I will certainly be hungover. I will certainly be hungover.
My goal is to get you more than Playhouse from the other episode.
No, that was bad because the next day I was really hungover.
I
Because
know.
I remember
That's the goal.
No, because I have to be up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
so I can get to work by 8.
Yes, Bubba.
No.
Wait, I was talking to I was FaceTiming with my sister and my niece and my mom, and then my mom like went on this tangent about like how because I think my niece who's like turning 15, I think she's seen Saltburn, and she like alluded to it, and I was like, well, you're not supposed to see that. And then she was like, and she didn't say anything, and I was like, I don't know who's that. And then she was talking about how like my sister lets her watch some movies, and I was like, look, whatever, like even if you had your parents' permission when you were a kid.
Girl, by that at 14, I started watching rated R movies secretly on my own at like age fucking 9.
Honey, by 14, I'd already been tag teamed by 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Famously, go back on the earlier vintage episodes of this podcast to hear that story.
I had not been tag teamed by 2 dudes by that point, but
But I mean, it is funny how like I guess grandparents or parents as they raising their other kids, they're like, oh, how you. And then my mom started talking about how Camilla loves Black Swan. And then I was like, well, I love Black Swan too. So then we all were like keying about Black Swan, but it was so funny because my mom, who's Camilla's grandmom, was trying not to be so kiki about Black Swan, except she also loves Black Swan. Mm-hmm. So like we were all talking about like the lipstick message mirror and like how she turns, and my mom was like, yes, and then she's like, oh, but wait, you're not supposed to like see that. I'm just like, mom, just own it.
Yeah, that's like it is what it is. I one time in college it's related to Black Swan, but I saw Darren Aronofsky.
We really have no direction this episode.
I saw Darren Aronofsky walk past me and my group of friends on the street, and I literally like clutched one of their arms, and I was like, that was Darren Aronofsky, and they were like, how the hell do you know what he fucking looks like?
Because he's cute.
I guess
I would.
But I had seen, but the reason I remembered, I'm like really good with faces, but also I had.
Not yours.
I start crying. No, I had seen an interview with him a couple of, maybe a couple of days or like maybe a week or so prior. So like his image was fresh in my brain. And so I was like, oh, Darren Aronofsky.
Oh my god, I love. Anyway, Pride. Literally,
Camilla just made me think. I had a dream last night. Again, this is a weird tangent. I just think it's so funny. I had a dream last night that I was at a dinner party with Camila Cabello, and she was sitting next to me. And
blonde or
blonde? Blonde.
No.
Because you wanna know why? All I said to her in my dream was, I turned to her, I looked at her hair, and I go, "Girl, you need some dry shampoo."
No, I think it's the opposite. I think she needs oil. The hair looking a little dry. I don't think she needs dry
Not
shampoo.
in my dream, girl. It looked oily.
Oh, you're
and I said, "Mama."
Oil to the gods.
And then later on in that dream, I don't know what it was with the pop girlies, but then I had a dream that Florence Welch came into our place of work, and they had a reservation at 7:30, and it was, I guess, earlier than that, and it was crowded. Like, it was so packed. Like, it was, like, so busy. And she, like, came in, and she was like, "Oh, hello. We have a reservation at 7:30." And I was like, and she's like, "We're just wondering if we could get seated earlier." And it was, like, so soft, and I was like,
not her being one of those.
No, but she was so nice about it, and she was decked out in Gucci. I was like, oh,
what vivid dream.
No, I know. Since I stopped smoking, girl, my dreams have been so vivid. And so then I like had an iPad, and I was like, oh, like we're fully booked or whatever. And then you were like, I was like, well, let me ask the maitre d'. And then I like went to you, and I was like, can we squeeze them in? And you were like, no. And then I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, well, we have the bar. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then she like turned to whoever she was with. It was like some guy, and then they were like chatting whatever for a second. She goes, we'll wait till 7:30. And I was like, okay, great, thank you. We'll see you later. And I was holding everything back to be like, I love you. You changed my life.
Wow. Even in your dream, I'm a bitch.
Yeah. And in my dream, I like always am having dreams like with like celebrities. Like I had a dream once with Greta Gerwig. This was like years ago, but like in my dream, I like saw her, and all I did was, I have a shirt with your name on it. And she just like looked at me like, okay. And I was like sobbing in the dream, like so emotionally overwhelmed by like just like seeing her. I don't know what it is. I love a diva.
A celeb encounter in your dreams. I don't necessarily dream enough. Well, the thing is, like, I'm clearly so obsessed with myself. Like, any dream I have of celebrity, it's me. Like,
you're the famous one.
Like, I'm never like with other celebrities. I can't recall a dream I've had with like a famous one. Although I do remember, oh my god, complete non sequitur, and this is completely stupid and gross. But like, LOL, I remember, speaking of dreams, we really are.
Is it a wet dream?
Tangential. Oh, one of my most vivid wet dreams I ever had was with a female teacher I had at my school named Norma.
Y'all were fucking?
Norma, when I tell you, Nick, the closest I've ever gotten to licking a woman's puss and fucking a woman was in my dream to my teacher Norma.
And you got off to it?
She taught
math,
religion.
Oh,
not math. She taught religion, and she had like really fair skin. She had like wavy kind of like thing like 80s secretary, like girly who works kind of hair, you know, with like the oversized blazer kind of vibe, you know, that kind of look. That's what she looked like. And she had like really rosy cheeks. And I don't know what it was about her.
Was she like low-key masculine?
No, she was very feminine. And that's what's even more surprising. And I think this was during a time in which I think I was trying to force myself
to be straight,
and then in my dreams that was just like I was being fed that. Another time I had a sex dream with a girl that I was forcing. I remember force jerking myself off when I was in 9th grade. I had just moved to the US, and there was this cheerleader girl named Kayla. Kayla. We'll leave it at Kayla. Kayla, and she was in my world geography class, and she was a cheerleader, and all the boys loved her. And I was like, I mean, she's cute, she's pretty, I want to be her, but didn't want to fuck her. And I remember she had like green eyes and like brunette hair. She always wore it in a pony, and she always wore eyeliner, like cat eye. And I remember,
wait, you snatched pony cat eye. That's cunty.
So cunt. For world geography, yeah, cunt around the world. Title of that.
We'll work on
it. And so I remember going home that day, and I was like, well, like, I keep jerking it to dudes, and like keep like thinking of men busting my ass. So I think I'm just gonna try to see if I get turned on by thinking of Kayla. So I remember just laying in bed and just like put music on.
It's literally Play-Doh. You're like,
oh, I was literally no. It wasn't Play-Doh, because I am at the end of the day a man, and I'm, you know, if I touch my weenie, it just bloop, it just wakes up. But then I wasn't turned on, so like I was just like rubbing wood basically, and then of course I like switched to guys, and then I was like, okay.
And then you're like, I was like, argh. See, I've never had a wet dream.
Really?
Never.
You've never woken up like with cum?
No, I will. I mean, I get morning wood all the time. Literally,
I woke
this morning. I literally woke up at maybe like 6 a.m. and I had to pee and I pissed and I could not go back to sleep because I couldn't get comfortable because my dick wouldn't like go down. And I was like,
that's okay. Can we talk? Okay, people with dicks. Let's dissect this.
mm-hmm.
First of all, it hurts.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, and I'm a stomach sleeper, so like, then trying to like adjust my like body to like not be laying right on it, so it's like annoying.
I meant more like in the bathroom when you're trying to pee and you have a boner.
Oh sure, I have that. I don't actually
Like you have to do this. You have to do this act. You're like this and you have to do this. Because you can't bend your dick that much, so you're just like literally bending yourself. Like,
and then sometimes it's hard. Well, the problem that I have is not usually like in the morning with that. It's usually when I'm like hooking up with somebody and and like I have to pee. And this happened. I had a hookup on Monday, but I'm not gonna go into it because I'm not talking about that person anymore on here. But
no, should I cut that because?
Well, I'm okay. Whatever, we'll cut that part. But I just say anyway. I had a hookup on Monday and I had to piss in between, and I was in the bathroom for so long. I guess it's like you kind of have to like. For me personally, I don't know how it is for other people, but it's like I feel like I have to really like push really hard to get the piss out. But then at the same time, girl, there's gas on the other end.
Exactly.
So then you're standing there. So you're standing there and you're just like, ooh, I'd rather piss, but then all of a sudden it's just, oh. And mind you, that man is right next door. He's right next door listening to me, and I'm like,
sometimes it's not just gas.
Well, it was just because we weren't fucking. We were just doing oral.
Oh, just recently, what happened to me is, and okay, this is gonna get real gross, but listen, you're here. You're here. It's episode 44. You know it's gross here sometimes. I just got, I got loaded up, as one does, and so
right.
I still had his come in me, but I was just it was at nighttime. He came over at night. It was actually recently. It was not one of the frequent offenders. It was a guy that travels a lot, performing, and he was back in this area because he used to live around here. And so when I saw that he hit me up, I was like, am I necessarily attracted to this guy? Not really, but his dick is good. It's a 9-incher. It's fat, and for this evening, I was so horny that I was just like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. This was Sunday.
Well, I got it.
Well, I got it. And then of course you're preparing, you're doing everything, and then I was, and he did. Oh my god. Okay, and see, now I have to talk about him. So I like it. The dick.
Have you shown me a picture of this man?
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, okay.
And I will. But there's something about his not weird behavior, but like every time he's like about to come, like, you know how I talked about the guy who came like
really hard.
Mm-hmm. This guy
me on Monday.
Oh yeah. Woo! Like Terminator. Like,
no, I literally there was like body tremors afterwards. I was like, there were aftershocks. I was like,
yes. I was like, and I cannot relate to that. Like I come and I'm just like, it's like.
Well, because my thing is like sometimes when it's the other person who's like making you come, especially if they're like jerking you off or something, and they like keep after you. Like,
I match the energy.
Oh, but like sometimes like, the thing with me is like if I'm getting jerked off sometimes, and then like I come. Like as soon as I come, I need to like don't touch me anymore because it's like I'm so sensitive and it does whatever. So then it's like and if I keep getting jerked off and I'm like, oh, that don't feel good. Like you gotta stop.
Because like in porn, like one of like the sexy things that you can do is like if the top comes, but like he's still like shoving it in and fucking you, because like, we know like even though it's sensitive, like we understand as guys with penises, where like. We know the sensation of like after you come, if you're still utilizing it, it's like super sensitive. Mm-hmm. But some guys, I guess, are not that sensitive, and they just want to, they just want to keep it going. But like you're one of the ones that's just like, don't
touch me anymore. Don't. I'm like literally like leave me alone.
And then also like in the porn when like they're like the guy's coming, but then like they're like stroking him or like licking him and like blowing him and stuff, and it's just like, wow, like they're really the lack of sensitivity in all of these men's penises.
Well, I mean, by that point they're in the business.
Except Miss Max Lord.
Well, they're in the business for a while, so I'm sure they've seen it all. So I'm sure they've built up a tolerance.
Yeah. But then anyway, so this guy, when he comes, he like has tremors, but it's almost like he's having an exorcism, because this is like my third time fucking him, and I don't think I'll fuck him again. But
3 strikes you're out.
He's out because he was like coming, and then he was staying in, and he was trying to pull out, but like every centimeter that he pulled out, he was like this. He was like, and then he like literally was glitching. He was like glitching, and then going like, and his eyes were back, and I was just like, at one point I was just like, are you okay? Like, do I need to like wake you up? Do I need to like knock? Do I need to like maybe like, you know, like when you hit a computer, just thinking like it's gonna help, or like when you like
when it's overheating?
Yeah, you're just like, wait, what's happening? You're just like, wait, like work, and then I was gonna hit him in the head and be like, wait, like wake up, everything's good. So then he was done, and then he left, and so I was like, oh, now I'm gonna go to bed, because I had actually put my contact lens solution and my contact lens case here, because I had already taken them out. But then when he said he was around, I was like, all right, I guess my contacts are going back in, because, you know, like I don't want to fuck with my glasses on, because that's gross.
You can just fuck without your contacts or glasses.
No, I want to see everything, you know, and I love seeing myself in the mirror too. So like I cannot see this far without my contacts. So then I was like, oh my God, job well done, Peru. Like, pat myself in the back. And then I went and took my contact lenses out, and I laid in bed. So I'm laying in bed, not thinking that, like, I literally still had it come inside me. And then I'm just laying there. And then I was like, ooh, like, I have a little bit of air. I think I'm going to, ooh, ooh. And I go, and I push. And mama, when I tell you that was not air, it was, a matter of fact, it was the opposite of air. It was liquid.
It was just a puddle on your sheets.
Oh, as soon as I felt it, it must feel like how women feel when they get their period and it just comes out. Because I was just like, oh my God, I was like, or like,
when you shart.
I was like, I literally just like, what's the, I guess, shart, what's the version of like when cum comes out of your hole without you like wanting it to?
Well, isn't felching when you like push it
I
out?
was doing what? Yeah. So
wait, what? Ooh.
Oh, you know, like the famous girly who like I used to fuck. Loves that famously, but which I've never done. So I guess I unintentionally felched myself because like it all just like, and I was like, oh my God. So like I literally was like, I have to run to the bathroom, and then I went to the bathroom, and lo and behold, the evidence was in my underwear. Everything was there. Thankfully, it was just that.
Yeah.
Thankfully. I was thanking God. I got on my knees. I was also in the toilet, literally, like praying. I was like, "Thank you, God. Thank you for letting it be just to come." So now I'll be more mindful.
You didn't shower afterwards? You didn't shower after you fucked?
I showered right before, and then
I didn't do it after though.
No, because then I was like, we didn't. It really was like, it was like a 5-minute. It really wasn't that long.
Oh, even with the cum in your ass. You weren't like...
No, but that's the thing. I'm telling you, like, I completely had forgotten about it.
And but how do you forget that?
Honey, when you have sex as much as I do, you're just like, oh, there you go.
It's like dementia.
It's like I'm like, wait, what?
You're like, where am I? Who am I?
Where am I? So, like, that's...
Who are you?
Who fucked me? Which is what I'm saying. The whole point of the story is just, like, I just thought, like, everything was done. I did my job, and I just went back to bed. Like, I didn't think of the typicals of what I do. Go there, like, you know, like, push it out, clean my butt, go to bed, you know, like and honestly, like, unless it's like a very physical session in which I sweat, then like I'll rinse really quickly. But other than that, honestly, if I just shower, because for the most part, if it's evening time or even in the daytime, like I typically just, like, if I'm douching, I'll just hop in the shower real quick and then I'm good. Like, not really many of the sessions I'm having are like so arduous that then I have to like shower right away after.
Oh, even if it's not like really,
because I have wipes, you know, like butt wipes.
Oh,
so then just wipe.
Even if it's like not a crazy like intense session and I'm like super sweaty or whatever, I still shower after. Even if I shower before, like I like rinse off just so, because I'm like, I gotta, because if they do come in me, I'm like, oh, we gotta get that out, because I'm not gonna be sitting on the train ride home with a load of my ass.
Like that. This is guy who lives.
I don't like it.
Oh, those the guys who are like, who text you and they're like still carrying my load, and then you're like,
I don't come across those men.
Just a couple weeks ago when I had sex before coming to work, I told you, and then I was on 110th Street, and I was like, oh, I literally carried it to work.
Well, see, I don't ever come across the men that are into that, but also I haven't been fucking, so. Well,
no, but I guess it's just say, like, I mean, what if you're having spontaneous sex? What if you're having sex like at a bar, or like, you know, like somewhere?
I wouldn't be having sex at a bar.
Okay, well, see, this, you and I are very different people.
I'm Pollyanna. I'm Little House on the Prairie.
Before you try to call me dirty, then watch your mouth.
I didn't say that.
Watch your fucking mouth.
But clearly you think so, because that's the first thing that came to mind. Seems like you're projecting.
I feel attacked. You know what? I'm very clean.
We both work in this industry. We both do interviews. You know how they twist shit.
Oh, yeah, you be twisting, mama. You be twisting. Anyway, we have some good plans coming this weekend. We're really excited. But I mean, there's also the election happening, which is going to be really interesting. I don't know if we're
Well, that's not until November, but we have the debate.
Well, yeah, the debate. And, like, I don't know. Like, it's really bringing... I get really excited about, like... Because it brings me out to my speech and debate days. Like, I get really amped up when there's a debate. Like, I was telling these folks... Well, I can say this because it will be out later. Like, I was, like, almost called out of work today because the debate's tonight. And I was like, I want to go watch it. I want to go watch it live.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it downstairs, maybe. I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Downstairs?
At work?
Oh, at work? Yeah, well, it starts at 9.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll calm down and we can watch it together.
What's it on, CNN?
Yeah, but I think it's also streaming on HBO Max.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're making it accessible.
Okay, Maxinista.
Okay, Maxinista.
Yeah.
Do you recall, like, I don't know, like, any political figure? Have you ever been involved in, like, a political way in your life at all?
I voted.
Oh,
I vote, yeah. No, because the first time, well, like, the first real election that I, like, remember, like, being, like, a major thing was, like, Trump versus, was it Hillary?
Hillary?
Yeah.
That's the first election you remember.
No, like, that was, like, really, I think, like, one that was present in my consciousness because I was a senior in high school then, and, like, a lot of my peers were 18, so they were able to vote, but because I was still 17, I didn't turn 18 until January.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to. So, like, I was, like, really keeping, like, following it very closely, obviously. I went to a Catholic school in the Midwest. It was a very, my town is, I mean, it's like a mix. It's like kind of liberal. There are sections that are like very conservative or whatever. But because it was a religious school that I went to, everybody was pretty like Trump, like supporting.
Yeah.
And so I remember vividly the night of the election, I like was watching it at home, like in bed. And then I ended up going to sleep because I was like, it's too late. Like I have school in the morning, like I have to be up super early. So, or whatever. And it wasn't looking good for Miss Hillary, but I was like hopeful. And then I went to bed and I woke up the next morning and both of my parents like came into my room, turned on the light, sat down on the bed and they go, she lost. And I literally was like, what? And they were like, so Trump's going to be the president? And I literally was like, no.
Yeah.
And they were like, mm-hmm. And like both of my parents were just like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I went to school that day and then everybody was like, suck it.
Suck it, Hillary.
They're like, suck it. Because like,
lock her up.
Because like me and I had like friends, one of my friends, Caleb, he is very politically active and like follows these things very closely and is
I phone banged for Miss Hillary.
Oh, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he was like and he was very vocal about his dislike for Trump, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so when and me too, but like not as much as him, but like my friend group was very anti-Trump. And so when the next day, like that morning, like all of these like super conservative Republican kids would like be like, you lost, and we just like sat there being like, okay. Like couldn't vote, you couldn't either, like great, like what do you want us to do about it?
Yeah.
So that was like interesting. I do remember there was like one time in elementary school, it was like the Bush Gore election. Mm-hmm. They had us we did like a mock like voting in like elementary school, and I like went,
that's cute.
I voted for Bush. I just like, because I didn't know, and I was just like, Bush sounds fun.
Yay, bitch.
And so then I did that, and then afterwards I was like, oh wait, he bad. But my vote didn't matter.
Did you ever like run for like school council or like anything?
We didn't have that at my high school. We didn't have like student government.
Oh yeah, because
we did in middle school, and I ran for student government, but I didn't get. I didn't try super hard, and I also like wasn't. It really didn't do anything at my middle school, but I also didn't get elected for any position, which I didn't really care about. And then in high school, we didn't really have anything like that. And then the last election, vivid memory, because everyone was so stressed out because we were like, we can't have Trump again. And then, just like watching the election, and then obviously there was no result by the end of the night. And then we were talking about this off the pod before we started recording, but the day that the results were announced, I was walking through Washington Square Park, and I can't even remember. I think I like walked to Dunkin' to get a coffee.
Typical. And
I was like, oh, I just want to get my coffee. It was like a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday. And I walked, and I was walking back to my dorm, and all of a sudden, as I'm like walking down the path, there was this woman who was sitting on one of the park benches, and she was like, oh my god, pilot one! And she like jumped up from her like seat, and then all of a sudden everyone around her was like, what? And then everyone's pulling out their phones and they're Googling, and one by one you just hear like cheers just like spread out from all different parts of like the neighborhood.
My life's as sweet as cinnamon.
No, and it was crazy. It was like literally I was like in a movie. It was like this like really crazy moment, and I will never forget it. And then I got back to my dorm, and then like you could just hear the cheers coming out from like everywhere. I was like standing like looking out my window because I ran to go tell my roommate because I was like, oh my god, and we were like all kind of like freaking out, and we were like, thank God. And then that night I was so not overwhelmed, but so excited and whatever that I got fucked by 2 different dudes. One of whom we saw at Julius on Friday. That's the guy that I fucked on election result day. There was this man. So the 2 dudes that I fucked, the first one was this man who lived. I had like talked to who previously like on and off before, and then we finally decided to meet up. He was like in his 40s. Big dick huge. He was like nerdy but like hot. And then anyway, we fucked, and then we like watched like Biden's speech or whatever that they did in that like fucking parking lot because it was like COVID or whatever.
Masks,
and they all had masks or whatever. So we literally
cars honking.
We literally were in his bed, and he was like laid on his back, and I was like, we were kind of snuggling, and he was like, oh, you want to jerk me off? And I was like, okay. And so I'm just jerking him off while Biden is talking, like being like, oh, so grateful, like America, like I'm so happy, like whatever it was that he was doing. And then after that, I was like, okay, great. I left. I went home. I showered, and then I was like chilling in bed, and then I think I popped an edible or something, and then all of a sudden I was like on Grindr, and then this guy hits me up, and he was like, hey, what's up? And whatever. And then he told me that he's like, oh, I just ordered McDonald's, like I'm just like eating at my apartment right now. He's like, do you want to come over? And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, you want to come over? I'll order you something. I'll get you some food. I was like, free food? Okay. Yeah, no. So then I took the train down to Fide. This man lives in this fancy, like nice building, like doorman, like everything. And I walk in, go up to his room. He had my meal waiting for me. He's like, here you go. We ate, chatted, whatever. And then we go to his room, and in his room, he has an entire wall of Disney memorabilia. Like Funko Pops, like different like rainbow Disney flags, like and I literally looked at him and I was like, oh, you like Disney? And he was like, yeah.
Wait, I remember who he was. The one that walked in and then walked right back out.
No,
tells people. No,
so this man, and so I was like, oh, this man is a full Disney adult. I was like, oh, cool. I was
wearing a like Shakespearean white blouse that was not
his style. His style is not
giving.
No, because after the fact I found out, he told me he's like a club kid. He like loves to like go
Club Renaissance, I guess. He loves not Beyonce's.
He loves to go to different like club events and like wear like crazy outfits, none of which I think are good, like stylish or whatever. But like I was like, everyone has their own sense of style, whatever, good for him, blah blah blah. I was like, he's hot, he can fuck me. So we had sex. I queefed on his dick, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he was like, no, don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I spent the night because I went to his place at like midnight, like whatever, and then the next morning I woke up at like 6 a.m 7 a.m. He walked me to the train. I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yeah, like I'll walk you to the train, like whatever, blah blah blah. A couple days later, I texted him and be like, hey, because we exchanged phone numbers, and like that's how we exchanged numbers from Grindr. So we'd been texting before I got to his apartment, before I first met him. And then I texted him again and be like, hey, like hope you had a good week or whatever. And he responded, who's this? And I go, oh, you didn't save my number? I was like, oh, you don't remember me? Anyway, he walked into Julius on Friday when Peru and I were in there, and he didn't remember me, clearly.
Which, by the way, that server didn't remember to email me about the t-shirt either.
You were supposed to reach out.
No, he took all my information, remember?
But then remember, he said to reach out. He gave you the information.
Yeah, but then he was like, listen, you know what? I'll just take your information. He grabbed my phone number, my name, and my email address. At first, I was like, wait, does he just want it from himself? But I never got an email. So, Julius, you're on blast. I will not. Boycott Julius. Boycotting Julius.
All over a t-shirt that you want to purchase. Like, okay.
I want to support their business. It was a cute Julius glittery t-shirt. It was cute. I wanted to wear it for Pride. Oh, maybe I should go there tomorrow and see if they have it. Because it's either that, because I'm trying to figure out my Pride outfits. I'm trying to figure out if you're a townsperson right now, and also the t-shirt that I'm wearing is an homage to my birthday party. This is my second look t-shirt that I wore. I will not be saying what it says. If you're a visual learner or if you follow me on Insta, this is one of the shirts that I had a photo shoot in. So I just wanted to pay homage to my birthday and also homage to Pride because this is very Pride apropos, the message of this shirt.
For those who are listening, it says I fucked.
Oh no! Don't! You're not supposed to tell them.
Well,
I want to get those listeners to get on, to like to explore the YouTube and get them to see. So I'm going to be cutting that. I'll be cutting your words.
And the top that I'm wearing, I made today.
Yay!
It's a tank top that I used. A tank top that I like the fit of, that I copied, and I have a bunch of fabric at my apartment. And because I'm not smoking, I have a lot of downtime to be creative, and so I've been doing a lot of sewing. I feel like the last 4 days, 3 of the last 4 days, I've been wearing my own pieces.
And I keep telling my sister Nick, I'm just like, Nick, you could find something in this in which you could like. I mean, listen, I know it's not your thing. I'm like J-Lo's the hustler. Like, I'm always thinking of a hustle. I'm always thinking of something that could turn into a business.
I actually was thinking the other day in the shower, I was like, you know what? I could just like not mass produce, but I could like make a couple of like tote bags and like a couple of things and then just do a drop on Depop and like sell some stuff.
Of course.
So I think I might actually do that because like I have been in the
extra cash flow.
Yeah, because I'm like, I could use the extra money. So if anyone's interested, feel free. I'll post on Instagram when I'm not gonna do it until I have all the pieces done to drop. But
yeah, and not to fall behind here, I have an announcement too. I will be anyone who wants to buy videos of me or photos.
Those headshots. You're like, like anyone wants a headshot or a video
of me, just like of an old audition I did. No, I was considering.
A monologue.
Yeah, a monologue. While I'm like fucking myself with a carrot. It's like, oh my god, trying to make it sex. Trying to make it sex. Title of F.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make it sex.
Uh-huh.
But I was considering for some extra cash too. Like if any, there's this one person who I don't know if they're a townsperson, but they know me from a different podcast, and we chat sometimes, and I think it's really cute. But I do a lot of thirst traps online on Insta lately. I've been feeling a lot more thirst trappy, like very much. I'm trying.
You posted a comedy video today.
I did, which because it was funny. It was very apropos because I did the AirPod thing that just happened to me like a couple days ago. So I was like, oh my god, like I was inspired by it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna trying to get back to just post more contests that's evergreen, like that is just like of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
While I do my other stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, but this one person, I posted some like thoughty pics of me from the potential sugar daddy that got the hotel.
Yes.
So I took some because I was like, I'm in this hotel with great lighting. Of course, I'm gonna take photos of my asshole, everything spread out. So then he had asked like, oh, I wish I could see the uncensored one. So I sent him one because I think he's cute. And then every time I send something to some of these guys, they're just like, hey, you should start an OnlyFans. You should start like a Twitter, like a an alt. I don't know that I could start a Twitter because the Twitter means like I'm putting my face out there. You
don't have to.
I know, but the thing is like, I would want to put my face on it because like if I'm showing my goods, I want people to know whose goods they are.
Got it.
I don't want to just do it for like the secret pleasure. Like I want to do it for the attention. So then it's just like, okay, like how do I write the line between like trying to pursue a career in this field, and as we've talked about, which we can discuss, I guess, like what is the validity or like the seriousness people are taken in whenever is someone like has sex videos or you're a sex worker and
sex videos
so like it becomes like a headline like, oh, like former sex worker, like 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 I always dabble. It's just like, well, what if I were to just like sell videos of me like full whole out for people for money, just like any other sex worker would, like would that tarnish? And the thing is like we can say no between the two of us, but very well that in our industry that's still pretty much like frowned upon, like, oh, you don't want to do that because like no one's gonna take you seriously.
That's like a taboo.
It's just like, oh, like what, like you do that, fuck, Lord forbid you do porn. Oh, you will never have a serious career.
I think this kind of goes into, I've been thinking a lot recently, and it's not related to sex work, but it is sort of related to like transitioning from from one, like how people view you one way to then pivot to another thing.
I'm giving like full feet to people. Is that bad? Okay, I'll put my feet down.
We don't have to blur them unless you, actually it could be good for views.
Oh my god, maybe I unintentionally so.
The title of the title of the pod this week is just free feet.
LOL. Done.
So but I've been thinking a lot recently about like Because again, what?
I just always forget how wild but very common fetish like fetus. I've had a guy lick my toes or whatever, and that's fine, but I will not lick a guy's feet. Because something that they did.
And no, but I've been thinking a lot recently of like like pivoting, or not pivoting, but like the next phase of like one's career, of like figuring out, like, you establish yourself as one thing, and then how long does it take for you to kind of change the public perception, or like to kind of move on to the next thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So thinking of like so like I'm thinking of like, so if you kind of establish yourself as one thing, it does kind of take time to get the mass majority to kind of move on to like your next stage of like your either career or like what it is that you want to do. So I do think like there is something to be said about, yeah, like I do think like we can say it doesn't matter, or you can do that, but public perception of it may take a while for them to get on board, for you to be like, I'm doing these like sex videos, whatever, or I'm showing my whole or whatever, and then wanting to be taken seriously. As much as we want to say, oh, you should be taken seriously at all times, public perception, it takes a while for it to kind of trickle down.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, we've kind of talked about that a little bit before, so we're not going to get into it, but I will say, like, you know, it is something funny because, like, wow, like, in America specifically, we're always so about, like, the branding and then, like, how you're being perceived and, like, sticking to something long enough because, like, if you don't, then you're not going to gain traction or no one's going to know you. You want to be known for that one thing, you know? And it's just, like, listen, my personality type does not work that way. Like, I'm always, my mind is just a plethora of great ideas and concepts. Like,
oh my God, where are they?
Oh my God. LOL.
We haven't seen them.
I'm like, yeah, where's your show, bitch?
We're working on it. We're writing it. We're waiting for producers and benefactors to give us money.
I will send whole. How much should I charge for my whole video? I would say, like, if just for the full video, like a minute long of me just playing with my whole full face, I would say like $20. I think it's pretty cheap.
Oh, that's a little cheap. I was gonna say maybe 50 for a whole video.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it depends on. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, because, you know,
I'm not in the industry. I'm not in the industry.
It goes back to the OnlyFans thing, where it's just like, oh, like I don't want to pay like $15 a month to just like see three videos of like 5-second clips. I'm just like, well. Again, I guess I'm contradicting myself from like a couple episodes ago, because I'm just like, well, like, it's me, and like I feel like if you want it, whatever. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, everyone knows who follows me, I love K-pop. K-pop is my obsession. It's my go-to. I know everything about K-pop. Townsperson, if you're a K-pop fan, please comment down below on freaking YouTube. Let us know if you're. Let me know your favorite K-pop girlies, because I will tell. I'm pretty sure I probably will be a stan, or will have listened to them. Right now, I am standing Miss Nayeon's fucking like second comeback. Nah, I'm so excited.
Blackpink in your area.
Always Blackpink for you.
That's really the only one that I know.
But it is good. But it's good.
Blackpink.
Okay, we get it. But anyway, in K-pop, it is part of the course. It is part of the culture of K-pop that they create these groups, right? But then every new release, like every new album, they're called eras. Like they're all.
Taylor Swift found dead.
Well, yeah, she has nothing on era. She looks the same on every era. The K-pop girlies are doing it right, because they create these groups, and the procedure of how K-pop bands go is like, okay, either they start like sweet and wholesome, and then they turn into sluts, or like they turn into bad girls, or they turn into like raunchy, and then they go back to cute. But there's always like a new concept. They always have concepts.
Sure.
And so what I appreciate about like the I'm sure there's problems with K-pop in the industry at large. But
I've heard a lot of there's a lot of issues.
But I know. But just like in any fucking industry, I mean, come on. Like, we're exploiting fucking like 10-year-olds right now for money.
But isn't like the K-pop like the boot camp that they go through like really intense, and like
they train from really
didn't that
young.
One group just like sue their management company?
There's always lawsuits.
Yeah.
But it also depends on which like group, which company. But anyway, not to bore you guys with K-pop stuff, but there's always a new concept, and like they always like reinvent the group. So like there's always like a teaser, like, oh my god, like what concept are they gonna do? Are they gonna be bad girls, or are they gonna be like cute, sweet girls? And like you're always excited to see what their new concept is. And like that's how I want to tailor my career, because I'm just like, I just want to keep doing different things and have people excited to just watch me do something different, you know?
No,
I guess people to I guess ultimately I want people to be interested in me as a creative. That's what I want people to take away from me, that I will always be trying to do different things.
And I no, and 100%, and I agree, and I feel similarly, but I also part of me,
whole to wholesome.
For me personally, I do feel though that is a luxury that you get once I think you establish yourself in like a really.
I know, but like these kids, I mean, I know they're being backed by millions of dollars.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like
either money, or like when you have the longevity of having already established something. Because these like 13-year-olds or no, whatever, these like new band, new jeans, blew up, or freaking like a bunch of them.
Well, if I had, then that's the thing. It's like if I had the money to back me up to be able to do that, then I would be reinventing
I would back myself and then just like reinvent myself.
But until then, it's like I have for me personally, how I feel about my career, I have to continue working towards it to like establish, because I have been thinking a lot about what I want to do next, and I alluded to like feeling like I have an identity crisis and like what I was that I want to say and like what it is that I want to do and like whatever, and I do know exactly what it is that I want to be doing. And I had a conversation with somebody a couple of days ago. They were like, if you could do anything right now, what would it be? And I know exactly what it is that I want to do. Like I have a pilot that I wrote that is one of the best things I've ever written, and I'm so proud of it. And like I have made a whole pitch deck for it, and I'm like just whatever. But the problem is like I need to get into the rooms to be able to pitch it to people. Yeah. But until then, it's like figuring out what to do in that period to get me into those rooms, like what it is that I want to do to make that happen. And so it's like I'm trying to figure out and go over in my head what it is that, like, what is like the next plausible step for me. And I don't know, it's like tough because it's like I feel like I've established myself up until now, especially like on TikTok is mostly what I've been thinking about is like, oh, that's where I have all my, like, that's where I have my largest following, that's where whatever. Every time I open the app, again, like I say this all the time, but I have comments being like, are you okay? Like, what happened to you? Like, where are you? Yeah. Like, whatever. And the thing is, like, I feel like I've moved past the point now, especially now that I'm not having sex as often as I used to, and, like, I'm not having these, like, crazy hookup stories and things, and so it's, like, I've established myself as doing that, and so now it's, like, okay, now it's time to reinvent. What are we doing? But it's just, like, figuring out what it is that I want to do, and right now I'm, like, really in the mood to just, like, sew, and, like, whatever, but I'm, like, how do you make that, but, like, when it comes to, like, writing and comedy, it's, like, what is it that I want to say and do, and I feel like I'm just running up against a wall currently.
Yeah, but I feel like just like you're talking about sewing your stuff and sewing your pieces and you're doing some cute stuff, it's like that could be a creative outlet that might inspire something else, you know?
For sure.
Maybe you'll start doing content that relates to like sewing and
and I thought about that, and I thought to myself, I was like, oh, I could come up with like a whole like video series. I could do something like that. I could jumpstart my YouTube or something. But then thinking, I'm like, okay, but then that goes down the route of like being more so like fashion influencer, which isn't necessarily in line.
Yeah, it's not you.
With what I
you fashion.
Excuse me. I every single day I go to work, everyone's like, your outfits are so cute, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, every time I'm upstairs, I get hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah, I'd be getting more because if people saw me, but I'm locked inside a closet because homophobia. Thank you. But then figuring out how to find something that like is in line with the trajectory that I want to reach, because I do know ultimately the goal is to make this television show that I have or whatever, but then like figuring out the right path to go down. It's I don't know, it's a lot of things I've been thinking about. It's confusing.
Speaking of confusing, I
just remember it's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Girl. Love.
I just remember
that song.
I just remember what I was trying to tell you earlier when I was like, let's record, because speaking of confusing, I was trying to find this porn online that like I couldn't find. I was just trying to find, and you know, like when you're like browsing through porn and you go to like thegay.com or like whatever, like
my Vidster is down.
Oh, I stopped relying on her. I like the like weird ones like xvaxx.com or like, you know, or like gaypornvideos.com. Like
I've had to use Boyfriend TV.
Boyfriend TV, shout out to Miss Boyfriend TV.
No, shout out, because
we love you.
That's my number 2, because like literally last night I like before bed I was like, oh, I'm not really that tired. I was like, I should probably just like jerk off to like tire myself out. So then I was like, okay, so I go to my Vidster, get the error notification, be like, website down. I'm like, oh, fuck fucking can. And so I'm like, okay, boyfriend TV, I guess it is. But I'm not.
I know.
It's not the same.
So I was trying to find this video from this guy because I'd watched this threesome that like always gets me going, especially when I'm looking.
Who's in it?
So it's one of my favorites, Romeo Davis.
Oh.
Then this guy Declan Blake, who's like just like a pig bottom.
Oh.
Who loves being like, yes sir, you know, that kind of thing. And I was kind of in the mood for that, you know, just like something dirty and grimy.
He's gonna punch his butt.
I mean, Miss Declan Blake, and shout out to
He
Miss
gets his
Declan
butt
Blake.
punched.
He's one of those like sub pig bottoms that like always wears like front underwear.
Oh, never like shows his dick.
Never. So, and that's the thing, you know, he just wants to get abused, used, and groosed. You know, he just wants to like get it in and just.
Do you think they do that because they don't get hard, or does he get hard under his underwear?
I don't think I see it, but either way, I feel like a lot of the fantasy too is like we don't care about his boner. You know, like we don't care about his dick. We just care about his hole, and I think, and me too. I'm like, I don't want to see his dick, but I don't want to see his hole either. But I
love dick. I would like to see a dick. I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
I love dick. That's the title of the episode.
No, we'll get more views with free feed.
I know, free feed girl, free feed.
And if we really want to expand, we gotta get the views.
Please, we're trying to expand. We'll get to that at the end. We'll keep reminding you.
It's every episode. We're like, please. But anyway, you were saying.
No, so that's hilarious. I love dick.
Well, I do.
Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, so.
And there's one dick I really want.
So there's this video, and y'all townspeople, if you're gay or like gay porn, and if you like grimy, you know, like this is like the grimy, like in like a dirty mattress kind of thing. So this is what it is in like a Motel 8, you know, with like the fucking like 70s cover, bed sheet cover. Yeah,
bed bugs.
Oh, and I'm like, yeah, bed bugs. So it's like, it's him, Declan Blake, Romeo Davis, and this guy named Gio DeLuca. Now,
okay, I don't know any of these people.
You don't know Romeo Davis? I've showed you.
No, I know Romeo Davis, but I don't know the other two. I don't like Romeo Davis, unfortunately. Sorry, he's not for me.
Girl, oh my god, if Romeo Davis like were to like break my heart, I would be like, I don't know, just like, and he's Canadian, and I've heard him in interviews, and he seems really sweet. Anyway, so
you're like, Canadians are famously nice. Meanwhile, he's like abusing.
Literally, but then like there happening a few porns in which like, you know, you can tell that they didn't edit, but then like when the bottom like is like, oh, like, or something happens, like he breaks from his like, yeah, you like that fucking massive cock, to then be like, oh, you okay?
Oh,
like,
that's nice.
He breaks character to then be like, oh hey, like are you good? You okay? And then he like giggles, and then the bottom's just like, yeah, just need some poppers.
Tears.
He's
tears in the eyes.
He's like, and then Robert Davis is okay. All right, yeah, you want it now you can take it. And then he goes back. So he's great, a great person, great to work with. It seems like.
Well, how would you know?
Oh well, I bet, girl, trust and believe.
Did you DM him? Have you ever DM'd him?
We have definitely tagged her on the videos that we've posted.
Never
about
seen,
her.
never opened.
Never seen, never opened. No.
Miss Tom King.
Miss Tom King. Shout out to Miss Tom King. Thank you so much for your support.
Did he ever respond?
No. But it's fine. But it's still, I mean, he still saw me and saw my video talking about him and how I like this work. And I am here.
I think if you started an alt, he would respond.
Probably.
If you like, I'd be like, want to collab?
Yeah, maybe. But to be honest, yeah, thanks for calling me hot, Nick.
I never said that.
But then what I'm saying is just like, I'm here to like, you know, like I sometimes I'm just like, wait, like I'm posting so much sex, but I'm like, yeah, like sex content can be funny content too, and like elevating some of these creators that a lot of these fucking faggots know about. Like I don't understand like the line between like, and this is just me being self-conscious, but also like, you know, like there's literally not a single other fucking gay comedian besides the new Sniffies app that I keep seeing clips of. And by the way, sorry, we don't work with Sniffies anymore. I'm just saying that.
Well, like, now we will never, because we're talking shit.
I'm just saying that like the hosts are inviting other people to talk about stuff, but really no one's elevating or talking like bluntly like we are, and that's just the tea, and that's just the truth.
I don't know. I didn't watch or listen.
At least, but as I'm saying, like it's not the case, and so like I want to continue just talking about the things that all of us as gay people can relate to, which is a big part of like fucking and jerking off and watching porn. Like, why not talk about these people who are also doing work? You know, why not just why only try to stick to mainstream topics? So anyway, long rant. Okay, watch the video. Declan Blake, Gio DeLuca, and Romeo Davis. He's getting pounded out, and I love it because like they're really just using that poor girl, and I'm just like here for it, and he's doing a really good job. But then
proud of her.
Declan Blake. So then Miss Gio DeLuca, I'm just like, I want to see more of Miss Gio because he looks like New Jersey, like tatted, just like has like a church, like a
Gio.
Gio DeLuca,
Wait, I'm gonna look him
who
up.
doesn't have that much work there, which just leads to the story because he hasn't done that much gay porn. I don't know if he just got into gay porn or if he used to do straight porn. Gio,
What?
and then put porn.
Oh.
You can just like type in a name and not put porn after it. You're gonna get randos.
Girl.
Yes, him.
Oh, Wood. Is this the video?
Yes. Yes, I got the names right. Girl, save it.
I'm not gonna save it.
So
but
as you can see, this is my man Romeo Davis doing his best work, and here's Gio DeLuca, who, like I just said, looks like a Jersey. Works at like a butcher shop, has the tattoos, and like I think in his chest he has like a quote from Jesus or something. Praise Jesus. See?
Yeah, I see.
Oh yeah. Nick is getting the full tea.
I got it. I get the image.
You get the image. And so I was like, I'm kind of in the mood to see more of Miss Gio DeLuca's work. So then I keep going. Has like 5 videos altogether. And
so she's new. She's fresh.
And then most of them are behind a paywall. So there was this one video that I was like, oh my god, he's in like a gangbang of like this one other bottom, some other blonde bimbo. Sorry, I'm sure you did good work.
My people.
Your people, yeah, sure. And then it was like 4 other guys, including Jonah Wheeler, who who lives in New York City. Hi, Jonah Wheeler. We stand your work.
Also, isn't Jonah Wheeler outside of doing porn as like a classical musician?
Yes, they did like a show at Studio 54 or something recently.
Yeah,
so Jonah Wheeler.
They're also very present on TikTok.
Very present on just like talking about things that are sex positive.
Also seems very sweet.
Sex positive, but also talking about things that are just like, hey, like I'm a sex worker. I'm gonna talk about doing sex work, and also just talk about like evergreen things that are just part of my life. And you know what, Jonah Wheeler, talk about inspiration for somebody who's pushing just sex positiveness in the mainstream. Clipping this for socials. Jonah Wheeler, we stand. And also love your work, and if you want to collab. So.
He's like, I'm good.
I saw a video of Miss Gio DeLuca with Jonah Wheeler and 2 other tops in the bottom. And I was like, oh my God, I found it. Something different, something new. And sometimes when you like click on a site that claims to have the video, but then when you click on it, it's a different video. Has that ever happened to you with porn?
No, because I always use the same website.
Okay, well, this
and
website,
she's done.
I'm pulling them on blast. It's called like NVXU or something, some random fucking website.
These sites.
I go work hard. I put in the work. So I'm like, I see. It's like, okay, it says 14 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to click on, and the clip is right there. But then as soon as you click the click, it's like all the million pop-ups you have to get through. And then once you actually click on the video, it's a different video.
See, Boyfriend TV never does that.
So thank you, Boyfriend TV.
Thank you, Boyfriend TV.
But then, so I keep trying this fucking video, but then I keep seeing the start of the video is this girl. Like, she looks like a rocker chick with, like, long black hair with, like, shaved to the side.
Real quick, it's one of the ads that you get with that pop up. Do you ever get the grannies in your area need to get fucked now? Yeah.
and then, of course, jerkmate.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever gone on jerkmate? Like, is jerkmate an actual living website? Is it a scam? Are there people consuming jerkmate? I need to know, because I see, so honestly, jerkmate's budget is popping, because there's an ad for jerkmate everywhere in freaking porn.
Well, it could just be. I mean, they might not even. It could just be. It's just a pop-up, so it's a virus that they just are potting up everywhere. I don't know.
Maybe it's like the government. Maybe it's just like, oh yeah, jerkmate, but it's like the
My favorite is that grannies in your area need to get fucked now. Dirty. No, it's like ugly grannies too. It's like dirty, disgusting, ugly grannies need your cock now. And I'm like, wrong audience.
Yeah, but some was like, okay.
And then they like show the videos of like these like ladies, and I'm like,
poor ladies. Well,
no, I'm like, no, serve.
Ladies.
No, they're like posing. I'm like, serve.
Probably is. So anyway,
I'm like me in my 90s. I'm gonna be like, I'm a dirty, disgusting granny who needs to get fucked now.
That's finally you coming to terms with like who you are as a slut, and you want to go online and have sex. You at 93, finally you're gonna be like, actually, I'm ready.
And watch me rake up the dick. Yeah. Watch me rake it up. Finally. All these bitches with granny issues.
Yeah, but except like it's just gonna be so funny because like your type is grandpa, so then you're gonna have to be catering to younger people because like you'll be the grandpa.
Ew.
Yeah, you won't be the young.
That's why I'm trying to trap a man down way before that.
Girl,
I'm trying to trap down the love of my life.
Anyway, back to porn. So then I keep seeing the beginning of this fucking video that's not the one that I want, and it's like this girl with like the fucking like shaved hair to the side, and I'm just like, oh my god. I saw the video like because I tried watching that fucking video 5. So I just kept seeing the beginning of this like straight porn clip. I assumed, and I was like, ugh, I guess I'll watch this and see what the fuck this is, bitch. I started watching that straight porn just out of just
curiosity.
Well, out of curiosity, but also just out of just like cancellation, because I couldn't watch the porn I wanted to watch originally, so I was just stuck with this straight porn. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this girl. Show me what you got, girl, because I can't access the video that I want to watch. It's like the whole thing where like she's just like, I don't know, she was like a soccer fan or something, and then there were like 2 guys who were Latin, they were Argentinian, I believe, and they had the massive biggest cocks, and I was like, wait. One had long hair and a tan. The other one like had like a kind of like a little like love handle situation, kind of like dad bod thing, but like salt and pepper hair, and like they were both like. The video turned real quickly because it went from just like being like a soccer fandom thing to just like this girl just like literally just getting her like pussy blown out. But then the fun part about this is that I just kept fast forwarding because I was like, whatever, what is this video? Maybe I'll find some like hot guys, and then things get interesting because the guys, and mind you, I told you about my opinion with straight porn. Like I find it kind of like grimy sometimes, but like these 2 guys were like really doing it, and then they were like, wait, hold on. Because they were like, oh yeah. They kept doing this like, they're just like really into it. They were like just happy. They were just happy to be booked.
Booked and blessed.
Yeah, booked and blessed. They're just like, yeah, sit on it. That's how they talked. And I was like, I was kind of turned on by like their like fucking like tongues they were doing. And then the biggest shock, girl wasn't just gonna do pussy fuck.
She did anal?
Oh. It was my first...
DP?
It was my first time seeing a porn in which the girl gets fucked in her puss and her butt.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh, but not with 2 gigantic Argentina dongs.
I wonder what that feels like for a woman.
I know, because literally, I watched the whole movie. I watched the whole clip.
You were saying that with popcorn? Like, oh my god. Like, you log it into Letterboxd afterwards.
We're looking at review. And the bad thing is, like, since the video was mislabeled as, like, Gio DeLuca, Jonah Wheeler, and other people, the video itself, shame to them, didn't have a credits as to who were the people in the video.
Oh no!
I wanted to find the guys, but I also wanted to find her.
Was there like a little logo for like what that like the website was like?
I'm gonna have to go back. It was like Viviz or like Vivid.
Okay,
or something.
I'm sure you could find it.
I'm sure. I think I'm gonna go back and find it actually and report back, because the way that she was doing it, and literally like she was on a dick on her hole, and then the guy, she was this other guy like. I don't know if physically these girls can be doing it because like they're so close together. When you see like a person at hole on a female body or whatever, female presenting, like
those with a vagina.
I'm just like, how are they not like hitting each other in there? Like how is it not like crossing? And you know what's that? God knew when he was making the woman.
Well, I
knew.
Well, there is a wall. I
understand there's a wall, but it has to be fucking like lips thin. Lips thin.
I will say though, I don't like really like watching straight porn because I don't get. I
like MMF porn sometimes.
I don't even. Well, no, I don't even like that.
You don't? Like you know what I'm talking about, right?
I will say.
For those who don't know, MMF is male, female. So
yeah, so it's 2 to girl.
But then that means that MMF specifically means that like the guys are also fucking each other.
Not
like
always.
No, they're either blowing each other. The thing with MMF is not just because it would just be a regular porn, 2 guys fucking a girl. But with MMF. I'm like getting nervous now. I'm like, oh my god. With MMF, it's always the 2 guys always doing something too.
I will say though, there is a straight porn like
star.
No brand. Hot Guys Fuck. Have you seen that? Hot Guys Fuck. That
just like for the gay eyes.
It's for the yes, because it is through like the perspective of like the woman, so it's like kind of like POV.
Yeah,
so it like
you don't see her.
So you do, but like most of the time it focuses on the man than the woman, which is like
I love that.
Because like some of these straight dudes, I will say. Listen, it's a lot of the times like these videos that I've seen. There are when I'm in the mood to like watch. Like somewhat more of a contemporary, like someone like closer in age to myself, who is like a jock, someone who's like,
okay,
not referring to myself as that, but like with like I go to the gym and I see like a hot guy who's like around my age who's like kind of like,
yeah,
I'm like, I want to fuck him. Then I will be like, okay, I want to watch some like something like that. And so like sometimes those will pop up and I'll see those kinds of videos and I'll see those dudes and I'm like, okay, I'll watch, and then I'll get my fix. Usually straight dudes don't fuck that good.
No, girl, I trust and believe they be doing good job. I'm telling
Not
you,
always.
the things that I've seen, they're doing it. And the thing is that with these two Argentinian dudes,
But
with
that's just
this
in
girl,
general. A lot of men don't know how to fuck good.
Well, the thing is like, I don't know.
And if there's no chemistry between them too, it's like
no,
also.
I beg to differ. No, sometimes you just don't have to have chemistry. I didn't have chemistry with this guy who just came over to Instagram.
Yeah, but I bet from an audience perspective, it's not interesting to watch.
Oh, that's different. Yes, a viewer. Yes.
Yes.
But I guess what I'm trying to say. Oh, but there's plenty of them because I was saying with the Argentinian dudes, I was like, if I didn't know their names, maybe they've done something with guys because a lot of this straight porn they be doing, like Malik Delgado.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Malik Delgado?
Mm-mm.
Girl, pull it up your phone because we're about to be done.
I will say,
up.
I did something kind of gross last night.
Oh God.
When it comes to porn, I specifically.
We can wrap up with that story.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Malik space Delgado, just like that sounds. DELGATY porn. Again.
Well, he's an Instagram. I'll just go to the Instagram. Him?
Mm-hmm.
Never seen him.
Oh.
He's straight?
Yeah, but he does gay porn.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Gay for pay.
Mm-hmm.
Not into it. He's too hairless. I don't
Oh.
like it when they're like completely smooth like that.
Oh. He does this thing. It's his move. His move is like when he thrusts, but he doesn't use his hands. It's like he's like Thoring. It's like a Thor. He's like a superhero.
Oh.
He's like, I think it's really sexy. Anyway, what nasty thing did you do
I
to wrap up on
there's
another Pride episode?
there's a porn actor who looks kind of who's kind of like the same build
Spill the name.
as a I don't want to say it because he's the same build as a coworker of ours.
Just say the name.
No, because then
But no one's gonna know the coworker. Only I'll know the coworker.
no,
So
because if you look him up, you'll be like, oh, that looks like
yeah, but nobody knows who this person is.
our coworkers will who listen to the pod.
Girl, there's like 2 of them that listen to the podcast.
I just like it's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. Who is it?
He's an older gentleman. His name is Brad Calvo.
Brad Calvo? Well, I can't.
I'll
look
show
him
you.
up.
But he kind of looks like a coworker of ours, and for some reason, I was
Okay.
like,
So you were like, this is the closest I'm gonna get to like seeing.
well, yeah.
And watch me watch this person and be like, who?
No, I know, but it's just
I'm
like
gonna be like, who does this look like? Brad Calvo.
you're
said?
gonna.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh my God. Oh. Okay.
And
To your defense, sure. Sorry, townspeople. We're not gonna keep you out of the loop. I will say it's more like the certain coworker's older brother. I don't think it's
If he, like-
direct. It's more like
it's like
if
cousin.
he took roids and trained for a year
Mm-hmm.
and then took a tan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I guess that's
But
like
I know who you're talking.
that's him now.
Oh, well, okay.
But I didn't watch that. I watched some of his old work because I've been a fan of his since I was in middle school. Because he's been around the block for a
Did you
while.
support?
I do support. I support.
You're a loyal fan.
I am. But he looks like a coworker of ours who I sometimes get made fun of because I'm nice to, and everyone is like, he's weird. But I'm like, wait, I fuck. I took
Weird
his,
loves weird.
I'm like, I took his dick.
Mhm.
I took his dick if he
I'm
asked.
glad that he's got someone that will.
Yeah.
So,
But he don't because he's straight. He don't want me, so it's fine. But I make it known. I'm like, oh, I do
get
it.
to it. What's the nasty thing you did?
Oh, that's the next thing I did is I sought it out because I was like in the mood and I was like, wait, I kind of like want to like imagine myself as the bottom, like getting fucked. That was the nasty, disgusting thing.
Wow, nasty for you is different. It hits different.
Yeah, it's different. It's different because it's you.
Anyway, well, I guess we can just wrap up now. But next episode's gonna be full of exciting stories because it'll be we'll tell you about Pride Weekend.
Watch
and
like
then-
nothing happens.
Well, I have a dick appointment, so I rescheduled a threesome I had with NYU Daddy and then his partner on Monday because I honestly was just it was Monday that I had sex with the guy with the conniptions, with the exorcist eyes. Because I didn't want to go
Exorcist
downtown.
eyes.
Yeah.
Title of
that. Exorcist eyes. I didn't want to go all the way downtown, and I was just like kind of lazy. I wanted to spend time with Clover, so I was just like, and I was kind of like from Sunday. I was kind of hungover, so I was just like, wait, like, okay, like, I'm just gonna be like, oh, can we reschedule? Like, my dog's not feeling too well. So then he was like, okay, well, we're on Sunday. And I was like, Sunday? Mama, that's Pride Sunday. And he was like, oh, yeah. You know, because I guess they're not, like, actively celebrating Pride. So I was just like, well, I'm gonna be literally in the area. And so, like, maybe I could pop in before we all head into Hell's Kitchen. So I'm thinking my
Is that where we're going? We're going to Hell's Kitchen?
after, though. So I feel like we're gonna...
Well, I work until 4.
Oh, well, then you'll probably just meet us for Hell's Kitchen.
That's what I'm saying.
Or like post, because we're doing West Village with Thomas this weekend on Saturday. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we'll have more stories and more things to share, but we just wanted to touch base with you guys, as we do every Monday. Literally. Please continue on your trajectory as a town to get us to 1,000, which we're gonna get close to.
We're very close. We're at 900 we're over 900 on Spotify. We're at
810, I think, on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah, and all these things we just keep saying because we are going to be going on hiatus, as Nick announced, after episode 52, which is going to be our 1 year mark of doing this episode for all of you townspeople, which we love, and town council members. But that means that we're going to take some time to really figure out what it is that we're going to be doing with this and how we're going to go about it. And really everything that we want to potentially do with this will rely a lot on numbers, because that's the way Biden's America works, and so maybe Trump's America.
Well, knock on wood. Let's hope not.
But needless to say, those things really will help us get this to the next level. So if you know anybody, if you yourself don't subscribe yet, Visual Learner, Spotify, anywhere you listen, just help us out.
Who's your pioneer?
My pioneer is gonna be... Actually, I was just talking K-pop.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like Gio DeLuca.
Well, I mean, he's always forever a pioneer. He doesn't have an Instagram account, I checked.
Mm-hmm.
But I love K-pop, and my latest obsession is going to be K-pop's new second mini album release called Na, especially the songs Butterflies, which is in full English, and then ABCD, which is all about, like, teaching a guy how to fall in love with you, or, like, how to get him obsessed with you. And it goes like this: hey, you want to be my babe? Me. It's so good. And it's shot in LA, and it's so good, and it's so sexy, and has a dance breakdown, and it's giving like A. Marie and Crazy in Love Beyonce vibes. So perfect for the summer.
My trailblazer is going to be the book that I'm currently reading called Juno Loves Legs. I bought it at Barnes & Noble. I had a gift card that I got for Christmas that I hadn't used, and so I bought a book. And it's about a little Irish girl in the 80s who has a gay friend, and like they go to Catholic school, and like it's really sad. Actually, I've cried multiple times reading it so far, and I'm halfway through. I like literally on the train home last night, I was like holding back tears. I was like can't cry. I love that though. Like, can't cry on the train. Can't cry on the train. It's by, I think the author's name is Cale Gray. So it's really good. It's really, really good. I recommend if you're into books and you like sad gay stuff.
Happy Pride!
Follow us on Pioneers and Trailblazers, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Oh, the Insta is also almost at 1,000. So hey,
oh,
please do. I know a lot of you guys just follow us just because, like, it won't affect you. We don't clog the feed.
And then follow Peru at Hey Peru, Instagram, TikTok, and then at Hey Peru _ on Twitter. You can follow me at Nicholas.Rose on Instagram, ClownfaceBinch on TikTok, and ClownfaceBitch on Twitter. Bye!
Happy Pride! Bye! Let us know where you're celebrating Pride from.
Bye!